안녕하세요. 토미입니다. I am so excited to teach you this amazing language, Korean. The theme of today's class is 집에서 좀 쉬려고요. I am going to rest at home. Today we will learn the grammar 으려고 하다, plan to, intend to, and 으려고요, plan to. As you can see, these two are very similar expressions to show one's intentions. In addition, we will learn 아어야 되다, which means must or have to. By learning these, you can express a sentence like I have to turn in homework to Tommy. Okay? I'm sure you can hear these expressions on topic and pass the test easily and be the supermaster of Korean. 그럼 시작할게요. The theme of today's conversation is 집에서 좀 쉬려고요. I am going to rest at home. It seems that Tommy is not feeling so well. Let's listen to the conversation and try to guess what symptoms she is having and what Sangmin recommends Tommy do. 그럼 들어보세요.
여보세요? 상민 씨, 터미예요. 네, 터미 씨. 근데 목소리가 왜 그래요? 제가 좀 아파서요. 미안하지만 오늘 저녁 약속을 취소할 수 있을까요? 그건 괜찮아요. 근데 많이 아파요? 아침부터 머리도 아프고 기침도 좀 심해요. 그래서 집에서 좀 쉬려고요. 그래요? 병원에 가봐야 되지 않겠어요? 열은 없어요? 열은 안 나요. 약국에서 약도 사서 먹었어요. 그랬군요. 약 잘 먹고 밥도 꼭 챙겨 먹어야 돼요.
Did you hear that? Tommy got sick. It is very important to stay healthy in our daily lives, right? Now, I'll explain the words and phrases in the conversation one sentence at a time.
여보세요? 상민 씨, 터미예요.
여보세요 is like hello when you call someone on phone. When you are receiving a call, you can say like 네, 전데요. Yes, it's me.
네, 터미 씨. 근데 목소리가 왜 그래요?
목소리 means voice. Let's break down this word. 목 means a neck or a throat, and 소리 is sound or voice. Since 소리 alone has two meanings, 소리가 크다 can mean both the sound is loud or the voice is loud. So you distinguish them depending on each situation. For example, when you go to a live concert, the singer often says, 소리 질러! Shout your voice, which means scream! Ah! In this case, 소리 refers to voice.
제가 좀 아파서요. 미안하지만 오늘 저녁 약속을 취소할 수 있을까요?
아프다 means to be hurting or aching. So, 배가 아프다 means my stomach hurts. This 아프다 can also mean to be ill, especially when you use to a person. So, 제가 좀 아파서요 means I feel a little bit sick. Next, 약속 is an appointment. 취소하다 means to cancel. So, 약속을 취소할 수 있을까요? means can I cancel the appointment?
그건 괜찮아요. 근데 많이 아파요?
In the conversation, 상민 said, 많이 아파요? Are you feeling very bad? Here, let's focus on 많이. We learned that 많이 means many before, but it can also mean a lot or very.
아침부터 머리도 아프고 기침도 좀 심해요. 그래서 집에서 좀 쉬려고요.
머리 is a head. Now that we know the word for a head, let's learn other words describing parts of a face as well. 얼굴 is a face. 눈썹 is an eyebrow. 눈 is an eye. 코 is a nose. 입 is a mouth. and 귀 is an ear. Now you can say many parts of your face in Korean. Hooray! 기침 is a cough and 심하다 means to be severe. So when you say 기침이 심하다, that means to cough hard. You can also say 기침이 멎다 or 기침이 멈추다 to stop coughing.
그래요? 병원에 가봐야 되지 않겠어요? 열은 없어요?
병원 is a hospital. Other words related to a hospital are 입원, hospitalization, and 퇴원, discharge from hospital. 열 means a fever. 열이 나다 is to have a fever. 열이 없다 means one does not have a fever. So 상민 said 열은 없어요, which means don't you have a fever?
열은 안 나요. 약국에서 약도 사서 먹었어요.
약국 is a pharmacy and 약 is a medicine. In English, you can say to take a medicine, right? In Korean, we use 약 먹다 to eat a medicine instead. Why is this? In addition to medicine, we also use 먹다 for drinks like 술, an alcohol, and 물, water. Basically, if you can drink it in one gulp, like drinking alcohol, water, or taking a medicine, we use 먹다 to eat.
그랬군요. 약 잘 먹고 밥도 꼭 챙겨 먹어야 돼요?
그랬군요 means I see. 챙겨 먹다 means to eat without missing any meal. This verb is made up with 챙기다 to prepare something you need and 먹다 to eat. Next, let's learn today's grammar. First, let's take a look at 으려고 하다, plan to, going to, intend to. You use this grammar to show that you are planning to do something. You can also end the sentence by using 으려고요 to think of doing something. There are three major patterns to apply this grammar. First, when the verb stem has a final consonant, you add 으려고 하다. So for verbs like 먹다, to eat, it becomes 먹으려고 하다, going to eat, or plan to eat. Second, when the verb stem does not have a final consonant, you just add 려고 하다. So 쉬다, to rest, becomes 쉬려고 하다, going to rest, or plan to rest. Third, the verb stem finishes with a real final consonant. You keep the real and attach 려고 하다. For example, 놀다, to play, becomes 놀려고 하다, going to play or plan to play. So don't say goodbye to real this time. Real must stay. Okay? Now, let's look at an example with the final consonant. 여기서 사진 좀 찍으려고 해요. I'm going to take some photos here. Here, 찍다, to take a photo, has a 기역 final consonant. So you attach 으려고 하다, and it becomes 찍으려고 하다. Then you change 하다 in the end of the phrase to your form, and it becomes 찍으려고 해요. Next, let's look at an example without a final consonant. This is from today's conversation. 집에서 좀 쉬려고요. I am going to rest at home. Here, 쉬다, to rest, does not have a final consonant. So you connect with 려고요 to make 쉬려고요, going to rest. When you use 으려고 해요 and say 집에서 좀 쉬려고 해요, it also means the same. Next, let's look at an example which has real final consonant. 이 가방을 왜 팔려고 해요? Why are you going to sell this bag? Here, 팔다, to sell, has real final consonant. In this case, you attach 려고 해요 directly to the stem to make 팔려고 해요, be going to sell? Now, let's take a short quiz. 선배한테 질문을 좀. I'm going to ask my senior colleague a few questions. Number 1, 물어보려고요. Number 2, 물어봤어요. The answer is number 1. 물어보다 is to ask. Since the verb does not have a final consonant, you attach 려고요 to the stem and it becomes 물어보려고요. You can also say 물어보려고 해요. The whole sentence would be 선배한테 질문을 좀 물어보려고요. Got it? Next, let's learn 어야 되다, must, need to, have to. To apply this, you just need to think about the yo form first and then remove yo, goodbye, and attach 야 되다. Since this 되다 is the dictionary form, you should make them suitable for conversation as 돼요, right? Now, I'll explain the grammar 어야 돼요. In the conversation, 상민 says, 밥도 꼭 챙겨 먹어야 돼요. I hope you eat your meals well for sure. Let's focus on 먹어야 돼요. In this sentence, the yo form of 먹다 is 먹어요. Right. You remove your goodbye and add 야 돼요. Then it becomes 먹어야 돼요. You need to eat. But you need to eat sounds a little demanding, doesn't it? So in this case, you can translate it as I hope you eat your meals well. Okay? Now, let's look at the next example sentence. 내일 시험이 있어서 오늘은 공부해야 돼요. I have an exam tomorrow, so I have to study today. Here, the yo form of 공부하다, to study, is 공부해요. Right. You remove yo from 공부해요, goodbye, and add 야 돼요, to say 공부해야 돼요. Okay? Now, let's take a quick quiz. 여기서 회사까지는 몇 분? How long do I need to walk from here to the office? Number 1, 걷어야 돼요. Number 2, 걸어야 돼요. The answer is number 2. 걷다 is to walk. Since the stem finishes with T-good final consonant, it is T-good irregular. Yes, the one you have to be careful of. So its yo form is 걸어요. Yes, not 걷어요. Right? So you remove yo, goodbye, and add 야 돼요. The answer becomes 걸어야 돼요. The whole sentence would be 여기서 회사까지는 몇 분 걸어야 돼요? Good! Since I finished explaining everything, let's listen to the conversation once again in Korean. You should be able to understand it much better than in the beginning. 그럼 확인해 보세요.
여보세요? 상민 씨, 터미예요. 네, 터미 씨. 근데 목소리가 왜 그래요? 제가 좀 아파서요. 미안하지만 오늘 저녁 약속을 취소할 수 있을까요? 그건 괜찮아요. 근데 많이 아파요? 아침부터 머리도 아프고 기침도 좀 심해요. 그래서 집에서 좀 쉬려고요. 그래요? 병원에 가봐야 되지 않겠어요? 열은 없어요? 열은 안 나요. 약국에서 약도 사서 먹었어요. 그랬군요. 약 잘 먹고 밥도 꼭 챙겨 먹어야 돼요.
Now let's have practice time. I'll play the conversation one sentence at a time. So please practice reading out loud with me. 그럼 큰 소리로 읽어보세요.
여보세요? 상민 씨, 톰이에요. 네, 토미 씨. 근데 목소리가 왜 그래요? 제가 좀 아파서요. 미안하지만 오늘 저녁 약속을 취소할 수 있을까요? 그건 괜찮아요. 근데 많이 아파요? 아침부터 머리도 아프고 기침도 좀 심해요. 그래서 집에서 좀 쉬려고요. 그래요? 병원에 가봐야 되지 않겠어요? 열은 없어요? 열은 안 나요. 약국에서 약도 사서 먹었어요. 그랬군요. 약 잘 먹고 밥도 꼭 챙겨 먹어야 돼요.
This is homework time! We have two homework assignments as usual. For the first homework, please make two sentences using the grammar we have learned today. First, use 으려고 해요, plan to, intend to explain what you are going to do tomorrow. For example, I would say 내일은 친구한테 전화를 걸으려고 해요. I'm going to call my friend tomorrow. Second, use 어야 돼요 to explain something that you have to do by tomorrow. For example, 내일은 꼭 장 보러 가야 돼요. I must go buy groceries tomorrow. Okay, the second homework is memorizing vocabulary. Please memorize number 961 to 1000 on page 13 of the elementary vocabulary list. Wow, you already learned 1000 words! This is amazing! At this point, you should be able to hear and understand many Korean words. I'm so happy for you. 그럼 오늘도 행복 가득, 웃음 가득한 하루 되세요. 한국어 파이팅 파이팅!